Well, all right, it is spring cleaning day for the Continental GT. I'm not going to do Bimble today because it's in pretty good nick. It's got a little dust on it from the gravel that it's been running. But the GT, the story's a little bit different. First thing I've got going on is I've got the chain soaking in WD-40 right now. That's what the pizza boxes beneath the bike are, just so any dripping off of that will be caught on those pizza boxes and not my sidewalk. And I'm going to scrub the chain, fully clean it, and then lube it. I use 90 weight gear oil on my chains, so just get that out of the way. But the big thing on the GT is I got to do some polishing because the tank, the black paint on the tank right here in this area is a little bit scuffed from the bike cover that I keep on the GT. Kind of flapping in the wind has kind of scuffed that. So I got to make some kind of terry cloth magnetic towel type thing to put on the tank before I put the cover back on. So that's another project I got to work on. And I'm going to do the engine casings. They're not corroded or pitted or anything, but we had a what they call dirty rain where I'm in Virginia, and dust and dirt was picked up in Texas in a storm that blew all the way over here and dumped it on us, and it like stained my engine casings. So they've got streaks going through them. So I'm gonna have to pull out a drill and a polishing pad and get to work on those and get that out. Other than that, it's gonna be a straightforward wash, wax, polish, all that good stuff. I've got the sprocket cover pulled off so I could get to everything on the chain. And the sprocket cover was in good shape on the inside because I only pull that off like once a year and look in there. So that 90 weight gear oil, you know, it hasn't really gunked things up in there or anything like that. So it is about 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm trying to get an early start, and it's a little chilly and breezy right now. You'll see as the video progresses, sunlight is going to come up over the house and be on us later in the video because this is going to take all day. I'm going to take my time, spend all day polishing old Maverick up, getting her ready for some adventure videos we can go do. So let's get busy. And in a previous video, I mentioned that I don't have a garden hose. So washing the bikes and things can be kind of a pain. Normally I use 2 buckets and I just keep running into the house, getting water and splashing it on the bikes. But I'm gonna try something different. I got a couple of these spray bottles. Got one with soapy water, one with rinse water. We'll see how it works washing one small section of the bike at a time. And like I said, I apologize for the wind, but what I got is what I got. So I've let the chain soak in WD-40. You can use diesel fuel or kerosene, pretty much anything that's going to cut grease. Just give it a good soak and then wipe it all off. So that's what I'm doing now, is just wiping the crap off the chain. Then once the wash and everything is over, I'll re-lube the chain. All right, so I've moved up onto the porch to get out of the wind a little bit. And I'm just polishing by hand using Mother's mag and aluminum polish. And I stole a stack of my wife's little cotton wipes. Don't tell her. And I'm just going to polish this up. I'm not trying to put a mirror polish on this. On my engine casings, I kind of like to leave them a little foggy and hazy because the rest of the bike is chrome and polished stainless steel, so I don't want too much of that. You don't want too much of a good thing. So I'm kind of leaving those kind of hazed up a little bit in contrast to the rest of the bike. And even the rocker boxes, I don't polish those. I just kind of scuff them a little bit with a Scotch-Brite, kind of gives it a brushed appearance, just to contrast all that chrome and polished stainless that I've got on the bike. So that's all I'm doing here. I will do the engine casings by hand as well because it looks like I'm not needing any machining, any kind of buffing pad or anything like that, motorized buffing pad. It's all coming off just by hand. So I'll get these polished up, then we'll wash the entire bike so we can wash away any polishing compound. I do need to pull out my drill and polish the top of the tank because that will take some machining for that. And then we'll wash the bike to wash away any polishing compound or anything like that that's left over. And then we will coat it with liquid glass, and hopefully that helps protect it pretty good. And I'm going to coat these with liquid glass as well and see if that slows down any oxidation that these things get on them. All right, we've done all our polishing work. Now it's time to wash the dang thing. You can see polishing compound where I was doing the tank and stuff. That's why I was waiting to I made sure to do that first before I washed the entire bike so I could get that stuff off and not have to go chase it later. So let's try some of our water. Let's get her all wetted up. Now we got soapy water. And our wash mitt. It's fairly new. Fairly new. It's 2021. Yes. And that one's 2020. Really? Yeah. Little shop in Indiana that hand builds those. Really? Yeah.
It's funny seeing these what appears to be old original bikes.
Yeah. Yeah, this one.
Consider them retro or not, but they're new.
Yeah, this one could possibly pass as a restored bike.
Right.
And at first glance, that one can. But that's not like a copy of anything, or?
It's not?
No.
What is it, the other?
The other one is a Janus.
Yeah, I saw that. I never heard of that.
Yeah, this one is a Royal Enfield. They actually come from India.
India?
Yeah. It used to be a British brand. Right. And
all right, man. Have a good day.
all right, you too. All right, Maverick is polished up and ready to roll. I'm gonna let it sit here for a little longer and drip dry. Then I'm going to put my pizza boxes back underneath and lubricate the chain. But we got a little sidetracked there with a random passerby wanting to ask questions about the bikes. And that happens quite often, actually. I even have people ringing my doorbell wanting to know if one of them is for sale. Trying to buy the stuff. Nope. So like I said, I'll go ahead and lube the chain. I've still got to put the coat of wax on it, or liquid glass. I'm going to do that, but I'm going to let it sit out here for a little bit first. Make sure everything's good and dry before I do that. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Maverick is back, ready to roll. Catch you next time.